this is Keith Warren, and you're watching The Texas Angler. Well, I'm trying to find my way down to the lake right now. First time I've ever been out here, and all I can tell you is this is one of the prettiest places, prettiest private places I've ever been to, period. I mean, it is absolutely the most well-groomed, beautiful spot. It's got a lot of water on it, and supposedly a lot of hungry fish. We're fixing to find out. Today I'm going to be fishing at a country club of sorts for the outdoorsman.
I'm Billy Brown, owner-operator of Big Easy Ranch. Big Easy Ranch is a 1,300-acre, beautiful rolling terrain, wooded, with a lot of elevation changes. And it's a quasi country club / sporting club that includes golf, bird hunting, deer hunting, duck hunting, fishing, world-class dining and lodging. And it's a member-based club with over 200 members, and we continue to grow. We're adding a swimming pool complex right now to kind of finish out that country club type feel. We're very much looking forward to having Keith out here and enjoying the Big Easy Ranch as a guest.
All right, so this is actually the first pond that I'm going to fish. I'm going to start out with a topwater lure just simply because it's hard to beat a topwater lure when you have clear water like this and there's just a little bit of ripple. I mean, there's a little bit of cloud cover and the water is relatively clear. And so I'm going to start out on topwater because that's what I really want to catch them on more than anything. Why? Because it's visual. Even though the conditions are telling me that the fish should be crushing this topwater lure, they didn't even take a look at it. And I knew that I needed to change up. So I did, and I went to a spinnerbait, thinking that certainly something ought to jump on it. Now take a look at the shoreline around this lake and you'll notice that there's moss and grass that basically surrounds the entire lake. Now this moss will play a key role in me deciding to change up to what I eventually change up to. But for now, I'm hoping the spinnerbait works. I made about a half a dozen casts, pretty confident that I'm going to get some kind of reaction, and I finally did. Now it's important to point out where in this lake the fish hit the spinnerbait. It was right near the shore and right by the moss which lines the shoreline. As I unhooked this first fish of the day, I'm thinking that this fish just gave me all the information that I needed to be able to change up and catch lots of fish. You see, I could have stayed on a spinnerbait and probably would have done okay, but this moss was causing some issues and fouled up the bait virtually every cast. So I changed to a soft plastic worm, which allows me to fish the worm around the edge of the moss and do so without getting fouled up. And it was just the ticket for this situation. There we go. Come on up here. Oh yeah, that's a nice fish here. We may be onto something now. Boy, it's got big bass written all over it right there. I think we know what's going on now. You just think you're big. One day you will be. And today is your lucky day. All right, I'm going to give you a little tip on rigging this soft plastic. Take a look at this. Now, what I wind up doing, because these fish, they're up in the grass, I want to take this bait and want to rig it weedless. So take a look where my thumbnail is and the end of the hook. I'm going to come through like this, come straight through the worm, just like that. And you'll notice how the point of the hook is exposed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the worm up where the point of the hook is just barely covered by a little bit of that soft plastic. That way when a fish hits it, it doesn't have to crush that plastic much to get hooked. But you want that bait to come straight back at you. You'll notice that I'm making relatively long casts that basically parallel the shoreline and the moss, keeping the worm in the same kind of area next to the moss where I caught the first fish.
The bass fishing is very special. We've been building these lakes over the last 6 or 7 years and stocking them with really nice hybrid Florida bass. And Big Easy Ranch is all about entertaining outside. And we have something very unique. We have the Hal Sutton Golf Academy, which is a world-class academy for teaching golf as well. So a lot of people come from all over the country just for that and enjoy the Big Easy Ranch at its best.
Come on. Yeah, this fish right here reached out and mushed it. Now, don't do this with your ordinary fishing rod, okay? This Ducket Silverado fishing rod, and it's a medium heavy. It's a 6 foot 8 inch medium heavy with about a, I don't know, 2 1/4 pound bass on the end of it. Now, the reason why I say don't do that, because no other fishing rod that I know of can perform like a Ducket, period. And that's saying a lot because I've used a lot of different fishing rods. But the reason why Ducket rods are designed by fishermen. I mean, this is the Silverado, and currently this is the entry-level rod. It's a $99 rod. I mean, come on. Medium heavy. The reason for medium heavy, I want to use something that I can get a good, quick hook set when I'm fishing with a plastic worm. And if I'm fishing with a plastic worm, I'm going to either use a medium heavy or heavy action. But a good all-around choice for rod if you're going to fish with soft plastics and spinner baits, and maybe lipless crankbaits would be a medium heavy. But that Silverado Ducket is a keeper. It's a nice keeper too. Thank you. We got your number now. I think we know what's going on now. You'll notice that on virtually every cast that I'm making, I'm trying to keep my lure in what I like to call the strike zone, which is near the edge of the moss, and it seems to be working out very well. I'd rather have a cloudy day right now than a sunny day, that's for doggone sure. Come on up here. What are you doing? But the clouds went in front of the sun. It got real nice and cloudy, and so conditions changed, and voila, got a bite. I don't know about y'all, but you know, everybody, I think any good fisherman learns from a good fisherman. And I was taught by several good fishermen, and I listened to every single thing they said, because if I went out one day fishing with a fishing guide that was really good, if I could come away with one piece of advice, it was worth it. And then you combine all this advice and you start applying this stuff, and all of a sudden you'll become more successful. And so, you know, that little piece of advice about the cloud cover, you know, we've got a partly cloudy skies. I mean, it's mostly sunny really, but I mean, there's some big cumulus clouds in the sky. And, you know, I've been paying attention kind of what happens when the fish are biting. And it seems like when the cloud cover blocks the sun, the fish turn on just a little bit more. So that's good. That's what happened in this case. See you, buddy. Coming at you with a bologna sandwich, Mr. Bass. There we go. Come on now. Like I said, ding dong, knocking on your door. Come on up here. I mean, there are some really nice sized ones in here. Nice. Here we go. Good. Come on. Come on up here. What are you doing? You're down in that grass, huh? Really, the most effective way that I've found to fish this, at least today, is with that swimming soft plastic worm. Oh yeah. Come on up here. Tell everybody on YouTube, howdy from the Big Easy. Come on now. Not bunched up. You got my worm, buddy. You got my worm. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lunchtime. Okay. All right, good deal. Not just lunchtime for you, little old bass, but lunchtime for me too. So we're gonna head on up and see what the folks over here at the Big Easy do for lunch. Ooh, that's pretty. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Jeremy.